So it's pipe week. Whatever pipe week means. Then we just have a pipe day. Got a pipe week. So I guess you're supposed to get a pipe for pipe week. And so BR and my son Houston got this pipe for me. This is a Costello Sea Rock Briar GG 55. I've been out here smoking for a week with this thing. It is one of my finer, if not finest, pipes I have. I love just look at that thing. Very proud of this one. As I said, my son and BR got this for me. I had to pick it out and pay for it, but for Father's Day. In it I'm smoking some 8 State Burley. I just figured for this pipe's initial smoke that I just fired up. So anyway, this has been sort of a decompression day for me. I took my son home yesterday. He lives with his mother out of state. But usually it's a day where I just sort of chill out and get some rest. But the weather here has been absolutely perfect. This beautiful blue skies. I didn't really get to take advantage of it. But I'm going to the next couple. I'm going to be outside all week, but today I did not. Liquid for the night is Metro Nashville tap water with ice. It's the water we grew up drinking as kids. So pipe week, everybody and their grandmothers I'm going to do a pipe week video. Which is fine. So, had a pretty nice Father's Day. Son and I went to the Nashville Super Speedway for its first inaugural Monster Energy NASCAR race, like the biggest race there is. And ironically, the Nashville Super Speedway, is nowhere near Nashville. It's 35 minutes from my house to get to the Speedway, probably. So Houston and I left at about 11:30, went to McDonald's, picked up some food just because we didn't want to buy food at the event because it's way too expensive. What normally takes 35 minutes took us 2 hours and 35 minutes to get there. That's too long. So for them to finally get a big race, the traffic situation, which you always know there's going to be traffic. B, this isn't the biggest racetrack, seating wise. See, they sucked at parking people. We got in to the race right when they dropped the green flag. So that was nice. And then the poor sap above us had a heat stroke, threw up. Didn't get us though. Because it was hot. Now, the ironic thing is that this racetrack was built probably 15 years ago, 16, 20 years ago. I don't know how long it is. And it just, for the last 10 years or so, it's laid dormant. Nothing's been going on. I mean, they've tested cars sometimes and had driving schools, but nothing's been there. And the cool part of it is that my son and I, since he was little, every once in a while we would just drive out there to see the place. This was like a ghost town. It was like the Chernobyl of speedways. Just sitting out there, nothing going on. I mean, how could you screw this up? Actually, Kentucky Speedway and Nashville Speedway, Super Speedway, were built at the same time. Kentucky built enough seats to have the race. Nashville did not. So for years, we were just waiting for them to tear it down. There's all kinds of rumors about what's going to happen to the place, and this and that. And the last thing they're going to have there is racing again. Lo and behold, they did. Sold out crowd. Looked like your normal NASCAR race. We're not the biggest NASCAR fans anymore, but we go because it was near. We thought it was near. But it was pretty cool that on a Father's Day, my son and I got to go out there to that racetrack and watch an actual NASCAR race, so at least half of it. We didn't stay for the whole thing because there was like no way in hell we're going to get out of here in time if we don't leave early. So we left halfway and came home and watched the U.S. Open. It was funny. Houston and I were talking in the stands, and I was like, you see, your grandfather, your late grandfather, has been to a couple of races here back in the day. And Houston said, I bet Granddaddy's watching the race right now in heaven. And I was like, no. Granddaddy's probably watching the U.S. Open. And Houston said, smoking a cigar. I was like, that's right, son. So, hope everyone had a happy Father's Day. I did. Sitting in the truck for hours. It's funny, my son had before we left Sunday, or Monday, whatever day, my son had 2 cards, and he's like, here, Dad, here's your Father's Day card. Of course, unsigned. I'm like, great, son. He was holding another card. I said, well, who's that card for? He said, that's for me from BR. So he had bought himself a card for BR to give to him because Houston's under the impression that BR is his son. They are very much comparable. If it is in fact true, the apple has not fallen far from the tree. You believe in karma? I do. Segue to the U.S. Open. There's a golfer by the name of Jon Rahm. He's from Spain. He lives in Scottsdale, Arizona now. Went to Arizona State. Got the most compact swing I've ever seen, with the exception of maybe Tommy Armour III. Anyways, he was playing in the Memorial Golf Tournament 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, killing everybody. And on Saturday, when he finished the 18th hole, he had no telling how many a shot lead. There's no doubt he's going to win the tournament, as he finished a round on Saturday on the 18th hole in Columbus, Ohio, at Muirfield Village, Jack Nicklaus's place. The PGA officials come out and inform Jon Rahm that you have tested positive for COVID. You have to withdraw from the tournament. Why they couldn't do that when he went back to sign his scorecard, I don't know. So everybody on national TV got to see Jon Rahm get booted out of this golf tournament because he failed a COVID test. Now, he admitted that he had been around people that had COVID. And then passed the test the last 2 days. And that Saturday, with like a 6-stroke lead or 12-stroke, I don't know how many stroke lead it was. They said, you've tested positive, and everybody saw it on live TV. Terrible theater, in my opinion. But Jon Rahm handled it like a pro. Never complaining, you know, obviously he looked upset, which we all would be. So he had to withdraw from the tournament and lose all those winnings. Well, fast forward 3 weeks, the United States Open is in Torrey Pines. They're playing the South Course. It's a major. And on Sunday, this saved Jon Rahm, who had COVID, whatever. His putter lights up, and he's on fire. And he starts making putts, miraculous putts. And through this whole thing, Jon Rahm's acted like a champion. Never complaining. Handled it like a pro. Said he will grow from adversity. And he said, I believe in karma, and I believe that good things are going to happen to me. Into the tournament, Louis Oosthuizen, South African, steady as can be, old farmer, ends up having to eagle the last hole to tie Jon Rahm because Jon Rahm made everything with his putter. Oosthuizen did not do it. Jon Rahm wins the U.S. Open, a major, pays way more money than Jack Nicklaus's little memorial. and John Rahm wins. So that, I believe in karma. I believe I'll still be out here this time next week smoking the same bowl. Tomorrow night's Wednesday nights to join the God of Fire and myself. The National Mafia show starts at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Eighth State barely is